All right, I want to see if you can play your head joint. See how well you can do on that. So take the head joint off, put it down on the flute down on your case, and then just make some noise on the head joint. I want to see what you sound like. Fantastic. Excellent. Excellent. Perfect. Great. Oh, you're playing some stuff with your finger. That's awesome. Good job. Do a little bit more. I'm looking to see what everybody looks like. Put it on the flute. And I'm going to remind you where your fingers go. I want you to see if you can put your fingers back in the right spots. I'm also going to look, the two of us are going to look and see if you have everything lined up correctly on your flute.
So this hand, remember this one's like, there you go.
Look at the picture.
Eventually you'll learn. This is like for a...
Yes, and thumbs can go right there. Yeah.
This
Give it a second. And check and see where you're from. Good.
What? You can run your book.
Okay, I want you all to try something out. You can hold this however you want to for the time being. I'm just going to hold it like this. And we're going to try making noise on the entire thing. Go ahead, give it a shot. So whenever you do this, and it sounds really good, we're going to try to put this ledge right here back in the exact same spot that we practiced for the last couple of days. It's going to feel a little different now that we have the whole flute. Some of you are putting your fingers on it and doing it, which is fine. If you want to try putting all your fingers down and playing the note, you can. Just put them all down.
A little faster here.
You also need to get it down. Very good. So this will be something that we're going to practice for the next couple of days, trying to make noise with the entire thing. Now you got it back up high again, like you had it the other day. So we want to kind of go underneath. Can you probably just move a little bit? Yeah, that was good. Put it back up to your mouth. You never want to put your flute on the music stand because you're probably not going to knock it off there, but somebody might come walking past you and knock it off, and then it's going to fall on the floor. So I always put mine down on the floor, somewhere where, like under your chair would be good. Okay. Try that. Try it again. There we go. Yeah, see how that feels? Just a matter of putting it right there. All right, next we have got fingering charts, which is kind of like what you had on the recorder. Over on the left-hand side, we've got 3 dots, which are these 3 fingers. And you can see the thumb underneath there, the little teardrop shaped thing, sideways. And then on the right-hand side, we've got these 3 fingers and the pinky. Anything that's colored in, we're going to push down. Anything that's not colored in, we're not going to push down. So see if you can put your fingers on your flute like that. This is called F. Good. You had it back.
I can put it on this one.
So we use the 2 closest to this one.
There you go.
Yes. And you'll always use the 2 that are closest to that little thing. This one. Yeah, she's got me. Okay, and then see up there that on the right hand, we're using just the first finger. Yep. And by the way, I sometimes use finger numbers. So this finger right here is our first finger. This is our second finger, third finger. And then on this hand, we've got our first finger, which is our pointer finger, our second finger, our third finger, and our pinky. So what I would say that the fingering for this is thumb, 1, 2, 3, 1 pinky. Thumb, 1, 2, 3, 1 pinky. Can anybody play it? It's a high note, so for a high note, you're going to blow a little faster and have a small opening right here.
Try again.
There it's going.
Good.
It's going to take a little bit of time to make this sound really good, but you're going to practice that over the next couple of days. Find that right spot on here, let me put it. Now for you, we're not going to use that finger. You're going to use the two closest to this thing. Okay. There you go. And then we skip the first and third one. Right. And then the first finger. Right here. And pinky. Okay. Nope. No pinky here. There you go. Okay. For now, I'm not really super concerned about getting the note to come out because you're going to practice that on your own for the next couple of days, but I am really concerned about you having your fingers in the right spot. We're going to move on to the next one. Now, that is called E flat. The little B sign beside the E is not actually a B, it's a flat sign. So we say E flat. Take a look at that and see if you can figure out where to put your fingers for that one.
Right. All of these fingers
So we can just
covered
do-
in something. And then the first one goes.
There you go. Now we're not going to use our pinky. Pinky, by the way, goes there. Whenever you use it, we're not using ours. Okay. And we see that we're not using the very first finger. If we're going to use the first finger, we put it right there. But we're not going to do it. Okay. Good. That's it. Can you play it?
So this finger is up. Yeah.
One way to remember this note is it's the note where you're pointing towards the ceiling with your pointer finger of your left hand. So you want to take that finger and go like that. It's also resting up against the side of the flute, that pointer finger. Because remember that finger acts like a seat right there. Okay, that's E flat. We're going to move along. And if you'll notice, watch this change. There's only one difference between E flat and D. Anybody see what it is? The pinky. Yeah. If you lift your pinky up, you have a D. Give that a shot. And again, I'm more concerned about the fingering than the note coming out for the time being. Okay, the next one. Actually, let's skip this one and go into the, we're going to do that one last. This one's called B flat. Thumb, 1, 1, pinky. Thumb, 1, 1, pinky. Fast, good. And when
You don't want to tuck those on.
yep, anytime that you're not using a finger, you're going to leave it in the air just above those heads, or if it's the thumb, you're going to leave it just dangling just below it. Also, when we play the flute, we want to make sure that we never put this part of the flute on our shoulder. And we'll hold it up. We're going to hold it like this. The angle of the flute is not down here, and it's not right up here. It's actually right about there. Okay, so you have to kind of raise it up with your right hand. So, B flat. Find just the right spot right here. This finger's going to go right there. There it is. I'll go a little faster. There you go. It was just perfect. You always just want to feel it right underneath it. Every year that we do this, there's always about half the class that gets a really bright sound right off the bat, and then the other half of the week gets kind of a fuzzy, weak sound. That's normal. Don't let that bother you. It's actually going to clear up over the course of the next few days as you're going to practice on those notes. and then you're going to find just the right spot to blow, and it's not going to be an issue. So don't worry about that. That'll come with time. So again, we're just kind of worrying about our fingers for right now. Let's do the C. Now I saved C for last because it's kind of special. You'll notice that I'm only using my first finger and my pinky. The pinky is to help hold the flute up. It doesn't change the note any if I don't use it. But I'm not using my thumb, which means that I'm not going to be able to hold it up with my thumb. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hold it up with this finger right here. Okay? That's why we kind of hook it around and use it as a seat. There are other places that you can hold it as well. I've got my thumb underneath it, pinky. Whenever you press it up against your face, that makes another point to help hold it up. That's what it sounds like. Remember, you're going to use the second key for this one.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Okay, and then the pinky's going to go on that way. Like you're whispering the letter P. Hey, that sounds really good. Nice job. Good. Everybody's doing a good job at this. Okay. So we've learned our 5 notes. Let's go on to the next slide here. Actually, 2 slides ahead. Mary had a little lamb. That looks kind of weird, doesn't it? A whole bunch of numbers. I'm not going to tell you what the note names are for these, but I'm going to show you what the finger names are. It says, and for every single one of these, I'm going to use my thumb and my pinky just to help hold it up. But 1 is this. 2, I'm going to use both of them. 3, I'm going to use 3 of them. Okay, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Watch my fingers here. Some of you might sound low like I just did, or some of you might sound high. I'm fine with either one of them at this point. I want you to experiment with that on your own.
Do we hold this something?
Uh-huh.
What?
Yeah, you hold your feet.
Yep, we're going to have your feet down also. We're going to put our feet flat on the floor, please. Thank you. You're doing
I got
great.
the first part.
Nice. In the little flashcard set that I gave you, one of these green ones, some of you already saw it, didn't you? Has that slide on it so that when you go home, you can play that song. Okay, keep on trying. Just make some noise on your own.
Perfect.
You want to keep the first finger down whenever you do the second one. There you go. Keep in mind, this is the first time that we've ever tried putting this whole thing up to our mouth. So it's going to be hard right at first trying to get that noise to come out. What you can do at home is I still want you to practice, and I'm going to do what I told you not to do here because nobody's around. Okay. I want you to practice playing just your head joints some more at home every time that you get your flute out so that you can feel where the ledge goes on your lip and you can get a really good sound. So do that for a couple of minutes every time that you get your flute out. And then after that, you're going to put it back on the flute and you're going to try to get a good sound with just the flute. Remember the kiss and roll that we talked about? Put it up against your lips, like that. And you can roll it out. And what that's going to do is it's going to put the bottom ledge right on your bottom lip where it needs to be. You might try that and see. Yep. Watch that action, William. Like that. Okay. All right. Why don't you try kiss and roll to it? I'm sorry. So you're going to feel the bottom ledge on your bottom lip. Roll it out. Keep it. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, I want you to blow a little faster. across the top. Pretty good. You're going to practice that over the next couple of days, and then on Friday, everybody's going to play that again for them. Okay, what we're going to do next is I'm going to show you some of these flashcards that you have. Okay, this flashcard set 1 is what we just did up on the slideshow up there. So you'll see the name of the note, which is B flat. Look on the back of it, and it has the fingering for it. So something that I want you to do over the next couple of days is practice each one of these fingerings. Get pretty quick at playing the different fingerings, and also try playing each one of those notes on your flute, see if you get a big sound. Okay. And a lot of it has to do with just making sure that it's on the right spot on your lips, and whispering that letter B, or you can think the word boot. All right.
And if you're in your car and you don't have your flute, you can still practice your fingering charts.
You can do it with a pencil. Okay. In fact, if somebody forgets their flute, sometimes I make them play on a pencil if I don't have an extra one for them to play. Okay. We're going to drill some of these. And I'll have you flash to them whenever, after everybody's done doing it. Can anybody remember the fingering for F? We only did it once. Now, I'm going to show you a place where you can cheat. Okay. For now, it's okay to cheat. On page 4 and 5. Notice on page 4 and 5. Also, there was a typo and some of these single elements books. I'm making sure that everybody has one typo. It's not really a typo, they showed the alternate fingering for B flat. Yours was one of them, but marked the right one. Okay. So, over on the left-hand side of the page, you'll see the little colored boxes that have the letter names in them. And underneath them, you'll see that there are fingering charts. They're the same ones that are on the flashcards and on the TV. So if you need to, you can take a look at this while we're doing it. But again, the one that we're doing is F. It's on the top left. See if you can get your fingers there and keep them there, because after you get them there, we're going to play them. Always remember with the left hand that you're going to have these two fingers just to the left of this little thing. I was like golf club. Okay. That's a pinky key right there. But you're always going to put the two right beside it. And then we skip the first third. Okay. You got it. All right. That's right. That is right. That's right. And there you go. Good job. We're going to try to memorize these fingerings. So keep F in your mind. Now move to E flat. It's the one right below it. And you can either look at your book here, you can look up on the TV screen. Good. Excellent. Excellent. We're all getting this really fast. This is great. And remember, whenever we go from E flat to D, there's only one thing that moves. Here's the D. Just going to move the pinky. Okay, see if you can do this without looking. F. Yes. Good. Yes. That is close. That finger. Yeah. Good. How about E flat without looking? She's going to go ahead and put it up on the TV here, and if you have to glance up there, you can. E flat. Glance if you need to. the E flat, the first finger points towards the oops, towards the ceiling. Yeah, you can play it. Go for it. Now do a D. All you're going to do is lift up your pinky. You're getting hang of it good. Okay, so D was the same other than the pinky. How about C, the one where you don't have your thumb? It's the only note we've learned so far that doesn't use your thumb. Good. Now I'm going to see if you can get a lower C. Now, to get the lower note, you're going to have just a little more relaxed opening right here. It's going to be a little wider. Watch my lips. You see a little bit of a difference there? I'm kind of doing it a little bit to get the higher notes going on. That's good sound. Trying to get the higher one going on. The right hand thumb, remember, we talked about is kind of like you're pulling a book off the shelf, which means that the thumb goes underneath the first and second fingers. Try to resist the urge to do that. That's what it looks like whenever I put it on the flute. So it's always going to be right there underneath the first and second fingers. B flats. Excellent. Nice job. Now you can play a low B flat, and you can play a high B flat. Yeah. Whenever you try to get that higher note, make a little itty bitty tiny opening in your lips, kind of like the size of a safety pin. Little bitty tiny spot there. And you're going to do that by tightening the corner a little bit.
Almost.
You almost have it. That was the best sound I've heard out of you yet. That's good. Cool. I'll just put more with your bone with this again because you're kind of doing that.
Long, look. That's a nice low. Now we need to go faster for the and
Kind of
small.
relax your bone.
Try to blow out it.
What I did was I took it and you had yours kind of out like that.
Started at the beginning.
I rolled it.
More air and a little tiny here.
Some things to think about while you're trying to make noise on this. There's some different variables that make you either make sound or not make sound. One of them is the direction we go this way. If I don't have it directly in the middle of my lips, obviously it's not going to make any sound. Some of you I'm watching and you don't have it right in the very middle. You have it off to the side and you're not going to get any sound that way. The other one's up and down. That's really important. Some of you are a little too high. I'm not going to make any noise like that. So it's actually going to be down a little bit low on the bottom lip, like that. I'm going to feel the edge right here. The other one is what I just helped you with, is rolling in and out. So if I roll out, I'm not going to get anything. I got to roll it until this ledge is touching my lip so I can make noise. So we also have this, which is why we want to keep our flute up. Because if we put our flute down, we're not going to get sound or we're going to get bad sound. It will sound better like this. And finally, this one really isn't a problem anyway. So we want to get everything centered just perfectly so we get that good sound. Experiment a little bit. Play whatever you want. Found that right spot. Now, the issue that you're having is you're sucking your lip in like that. It looks really good right before you play, but as soon as you play, you go like that. Okay. So relax it. Don't pull it in. Just blow it. Stop it. You can't feel the ledge on your lip, can you? So roll it forward a little bit. There you go. You felt it, didn't you? You're getting it. Okay, good sound. Let's see if anybody remembers how to play an F. And I'm looking, some of you are doing this without looking at your book. That's good. If you're looking at your book, that's fine. Did you get that on your own? Good job. Excellent. Fantastic. Stupendous. Marvelous. Everybody got it? Move on to, yeah, go ahead and play it. Try it one more time. Now it's going to sound like this. Too hard, so you just sound relax a bit. There it is. Good. Okay. See if you can do this without looking. It will be up there, and we're going to book if you need it, but it's E flat. There you go. Yeah. That's F. That was F. So E flat's what we're doing. E flat is the one, look up on the TV, where the first finger is going to be pointed up towards the but you're going to have these two down. Next, we're going to do the F again. Good. F is a high note, which there is such thing as low F, which is what you're just playing. But the F we're going to play is a high note. UD 66004. And sanitizer. Great. Okay, go ahead and play on your own for just a moment. In fact, you try to already had a little lamb again if you want. I'll come back up on the board. Go ahead and play. Like this letter. There you go.
Do you have the clock with it?
Yes. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get it out. But I don't get it. Smells like cleaner, huh? This hand, your pinky's gonna be up here. There you go, and yeah, you're not using any of those fingers.
Good.